Hello, namaste. It's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to share some guidance for Thursday and Friday. That's Thursday the 28th and Friday the 29th of November. So I trust that you're having a good week and things are flowing well for you. I'm personally feeling really good. I'm quite busy, but I'm keeping my flow really well. But I am seeing a lot of people quite paralyzed by fear at the moment. So there seems to be a lot of fear that's going on and resistance to change. Remembering that usually, and what I've noticed is the bigger the fear, the bigger the resistance. It's usually trying to distract us, our wounded self, from something that's amazing on the other side. So it's actually a good sign to have it, but it will also try and distract us from where we want to go or where we need to go. So it's important to look at these fear sort of things as they come up and recognize when we feel resistance at the time. Otherwise it hangs around and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you can nip it in the bud quickly, that's always very helpful, but it's not always easy to do when it's big sort of fear stuff. So remember to build your courage to keep moving forward might be helpful. So extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. Your support is essential in helping me continue to do my work full time and share these types of videos and the things that I do as a free resource. So if you get something out of my free resources, then please think about grabbing a deck of cards or a meditation or ordering some artwork or something on my website. Everything, every little bit helps support my work. And if I don't get the support, then I have to do something else, and then these types of things can't come out to you. So just so you know, it is really important. So thank you to those of you who do support it. If you're new to watching, welcome. Please let us know if you are new so we can welcome you. What I'm going to be doing is using my combined deck of cards here, and I'll be looking for the best card for Thursday, the best card for Friday, and then the best card for the theme for Thursday and Friday. I'm not doing personal requests for guidance here today. This is general guidance for everyone. So I trust 100% that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared will be helpful and supportive for you. So remember, take on board what feels right, what resonates, what fits into your life. If it doesn't resonate, if it doesn't make sense to you, it's okay. Just let it go. It doesn't matter. Just think of this as a guide only and a bit of fun, and we'll see what happens. If you feel good, even just a little bit from our time together that we spend today, then I've done my job. So there might not be any guidance that makes sense, but you might just feel support. You might feel a little happier from our connection. And then, you know, that's the job that I've needed to do for you today. So you can trust in what you feel and that you're here for a reason. So let's grab the best card for Thursday, the 28th of November. Thursday the 28th. So let's see, what do we need to know about Thursday? The majority of us, that's sort of the intention that I'm holding. So the best card for Thursday is this. It's a Speed of Light Oracle. It doesn't matter that it's upside down, we just turn it the right way up. And look at this. This is prayer, card 2, and it says ask, help, answers and improvement. This is very much connected with what I've just been talking about. If you missed it, you may want to connect back with the beginning. I'm not sure if you want to or not, it's up to you. But I talked about there being a lot of fear and resistance around at the moment. I'm personally not feeling it because I've moved through my stuff and a big lesson, a big period, if you like, of whatever last week. So I've moved out of that space, but I am seeing a lot of fear resistance around. So this might be a message for you if you're feeling like you're struggling and you're challenged right now with whatever it is that you're going through in your life. This is basically a really nice comfort card to remind you that you are supported, that you're loved, that your prayers, if you like, have been heard and they've been answered behind the scenes. This is showing that improvement is on its way to you. It's showing that improvement is coming. It's happening behind the scenes. Things are lining up in the background. So we might not see the improvement yet, and especially if you're not seeing it yet, don't lose hope. But there may be a different approach required, or maybe some proactive healing time required to help shift some things out of the way so that you can be as best lined up for the improvement when it comes in, when it arrives. So sometimes it's hard to know. We've just got to trust our instincts, really. So improvement is coming. We can trust that, but we need to get out of the way and allow it to come into our life. So we need to be willing to change and have things improve as well. So it's a bit tricky if we're holding on to a situation, let's say a relationship or a workplace situation. We're holding on to it because we need it, or we're scared to let it go, but we also want things to improve as well. That may be where we might be in conflict, because we can be holding on in fear and not letting the improvement come in. So a big part of what's going on at the moment is our willingness to surrender and let things change so that we can move into improvement. Improvement is another word for saying change. So if change scares you, it may be worth looking at, why am I scared of change? Why am I scared to let my hold in this situation go? What am I stopping here about this? Now, another part of this card is not being afraid to ask for help. So on Thursday, it might be really favourable for you to reach out and ask for help or assistance. And sometimes just by simply admitting to ourselves that, hey, I'm struggling right now, sometimes that also helps get the ball rolling towards improvement. So be careful, or be aware of holding yourself in the fear and the struggle and the challenge, and whatever it is that's going on for you. Be careful of holding yourself closed off in that. To get out of it, we need to be able to let the energy move. So we need to admit to ourselves that we're struggling, and maybe even reach out and say to someone that we know who may be able to help, hey, I really could use your help right now. So let's not be afraid to ask. So this is very much a supportive card, and just some really important reminders for some of us who may require those reminders right now. So thank you. Wonderful. Okay, let's now grab the best card for Friday, the 29th of November. So nice big breath. We might use the singing bell when I'm finishing up today, so I'm going to put that in my lap so I remember. So before I go, I'll play that for a couple of minutes to help lift the vibration. So the best card for Friday, the 29th of November, is something. Hold on a minute. Best card for Friday is this. It's another Speed of Light Oracle, and it's Overlapping Worlds, card 23. This may really make a lot of sense to some of you. It says reception, senses, beacon, frequency, and veil. This card usually comes up when we're in between things. So we're in what I like to call a time of transition, where we might have the old door open, the new door's open, or not quite open yet, and we're sort of in this in-between hallway limbo kind of energy. So it's like the old door may not have quite closed yet, but also the new door hasn't quite opened yet either. And this can be really draining on the body and really uncomfortable to move through. But the really important thing to remember about this is that it's always temporary. It's always an in-between time period. We're not here, we're not there. And we might feel this sort of weird feeling underneath where we don't really belong. There might be this feeling of, oops, my light went out. There might be this feeling of not really belonging right now. So one thing it's important to remind ourselves that this is temporary, and maybe continue to let go of the old stuff, let these old doors close, especially the ones we're trying to prop open with our foot because we're scared of those changing. We might have to move our foot out of the door and let it close and let ourselves move forward and move out of that old energy. So we might be feeling quite sensitive as well as part of the energy of this card. So that's overlapping worlds for Friday. So we could say a state of limbo, a state of transition, a temporary space, which is always nice to remind ourselves. Because when we're in the middle of it, when we're in the middle of a struggle or a challenge, it can feel like it's forever. So, it's good to remind ourselves that it's temporary sometimes. So now let's look for the best card for the theme for Thursday and Friday. So the theme card will help us bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for Thursday and Friday. So what do we need to know about the theme? Okay, the best card for the theme is another Speed of Light Oracle. And it's this. It's Light Codes, card 41. It says incoming information, memories and language. This talks about new energy coming in. So there is new coming in quite strongly at the moment, and especially over Thursday and Friday. And this may be contributing to our unsettled, disruptive sort of energy. It may not be to blame for it. I'm always hesitant in blaming the moon or Mercury retrograde or whatever's happening in the direct of whatever. I don't like to blame external things for my current state of feeling or my current state of conflict or whatever I'm going through. I like to think of everything has an influence on how I might be feeling. But I want to take responsibility for how I feel. I don't want to be blaming Mercury retrograde, for example. So you won't really hear me talking about it. And if you ask me about it, I don't really care about Mercury retrograde because I don't want to invest energy into those sorts of things. So we could blame the moon or whatever for our current state. We could blame this new energy coming in for our current state of discomfort. But really, it's all influencing or coming together to impact us in some way, and would only impact us negatively if there was something that was being triggered in us. If we had a wound or an issue or a fear or an insecurity or something that was being stirred up by the energy, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So I like to think of, okay, I want to respond to how I'm feeling and work my way through that. So there is new energy coming in. Let's not blame it for our current state. So we can work with it really quite positively and beautifully if we're open to that as well. So there's new energy coming in. We're being encouraged to stay open. So when I drew this card, this represented the top of the head, the crown, and this energy coming down from the universe and into our body. And it might hit us quite strongly over Thursday and Friday. And whatever it, or however it does hit us or trigger us, will be something that is probably highlighting an issue or something that we're open to or maybe closed to. So we can work with this new energy. One of the best things to do to prepare for new energy coming in is to let the old energy go. So continuing our deep surrendering, our releasing, our letting go of the stuff that's holding us back is probably going to be really, really important. So that's Light Codes, our theme for Thursday and Friday. There's also an element of this card that's strong around writing. So if you're writing a book or writing up something at the moment, then that's also a favourable time for writing and connecting with that energy. So that's Light Codes. New energy coming in Thursday and Friday. So let's keep getting the old energy out, constantly letting go and surrendering so that we're as open and as clear in receiving that new energy as possible. So I trust this resonates with you. Thank you so much for being here and connecting. And if you've enjoyed the video, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you want to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. I've used my own personally created Speed of Light Oracle cards. They're the only ones that came up today, but you can learn more about that deck if you're inspired to on my website at templeofbalance.com.au. I'm going to play the singing bell now if you want to hang around for a couple of minutes. If you do want to learn more about me and the work that I do at Temple of Balance, please visit my website at templeofbalance.com.au. There's stacks of things on there. I founded Temple of Balance in 2005, so it's almost 15 years now of doing my work full time. So I've gathered a lot of resources over the years. So have a look if you resonate with my energy and see if there's something that supports you there. So take a nice big breath. I'm going to use my Tibetan singing bell. It's been a while since I've pulled this out, I'm just thinking. So I've taken the ringer out and I'm holding the bell this way because that works for me. And I've got my striker here. So I'm going to play the singing bell just for a few moments. And what I'm going to do is just play it and hold the intention of holding this space for you. So I trust that you know what you need during these moments that we spend together. So for example, if you're preparing for something and you're feeling a bit anxious, then maybe use the singing bell's energy to calm you down or help you feel supported and reassured that everything's going to be okay. You may be feeling a strong energy around you need to let go. So you may want to hold the intention as I'm playing the bell to surrender and let go. One of the best ways you can do that is work with your breathing. So as you breathe out, surrender all that old air out and all that old stuff and let it go. So work with your breathing and just whatever it is that you need. I trust that you will receive it from the singing bell. So I'm holding this space. Take a nice big breath. There's nothing you can do wrong. So just listen at the very least. Okay. Thank you so much for connecting today and being here and for being you. I trust you've enjoyed this time that we've spent together today and that you've taken something, whether it's just a feeling of something or some guidance that fits in with your life that you can consider and contemplate further when we're finished here. Whatever it is that you've needed, I trust you've received it. Thank you so much for connecting. Have a fantastic couple of days. I will be back to share with you again very soon, most likely on Saturday for weekend guidance. I do try and pop in every couple of days, so it's, I'm sharing videos often. If you ever take a break from Facebook, know that I always, when I'm at home, I share my videos back to my YouTube channel, which is Temple of Balance on YouTube, and then I share that back to my website. So you'll find always pretty much the videos there on my website and on YouTube if you ever take a break from Facebook. So thank you so much for connecting. Sending you lots of love from my heart to yours. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now. See ya.